Welcome to the Deep Dive. We've got a really critical issue on our hands today. Mass extinctions accelerating, global wildlife numbers have just plummeted.
Yeah, it's stark. And there's this desperate race to actually document life, especially in places like rainforests that are, incredibly hard to get to.
Right, before it just disappears.
hmm
But here's where things get really fascinating. Yale University's Map of Life initiative,
Yeah.
they had this major breakthrough back in 2025.
And what's so compelling is how they did it. I mean, how on earth do you map species you can't even easily see in a rainforest faster than ever before, maybe without even physically being there on the ground?
Exactly. It sounds almost like science fiction. So that's our mission for this deep dive.
Mm.
We're going to unpack how these cutting-edge drones, combined with environmental DNA and AI, are just completely flipping the script on discovering biodiversity.
Revealing this hidden world, this invisible life, and actually offering some real hope, right, in this race against extinction.
Totally. It's a seriously high-tech adventure into conservation.
Okay, so let's get into the tech. First off, there's the Yale-led team, ALR app of Life Rapid Assessments. They basically aced what some called the Biodiversity Olympics.
The XPRIZE rainforest competition? Yeah, that was a big deal. Designed to really push innovation in finding life fast.
Exactly. And Mollerai won a top prize. They came up with this portable kit using lightweight, semi-autonomous drones.
And not just one type of drone, right? I remember reading they used a mix.
Yeah, a fleet. They had larger quadcopters, for flying above a canopy, but also these smaller, really agile FPV drones, first-person view.
The kind that can zip around obstacles, and apparently pretty easy to learn.
That's the key for getting this tech out there. They found field technicians could get the hang of basic survey flying patterns in like 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so what are these drones actually carrying? What's the sensor setup?
It's quite a suite. High-resolution cameras, obviously. Good enough to spot, say, a well-camouflaged brown butterfly or even an elkhorn fern way up high.
Ah,
Then acoustic recorders, constantly listening, logging hours of birdsong, frog calls, bat clicks, all that sound data.
sounds comprehensive.
Yeah.
But you mentioned environmental DNA, eDNA. That feels like the really novel part.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's the game changer. Imagine a drone, maybe with this little upward-facing funnel. It's literally sucking DNA fragments out of the air.
Seriously. Airborne DNA.
Yeah, skin cells, pollen, spores, you name it. Or other drones might gently swab a leaf surface or scoop up a bit of water or soil, collecting these tiny genetic clues left behind by organisms.
Like a CSI rainforest situation.
Sort of. And all this data, the photos, the audio, the eDNA samples, it's all GPS tagged in real time. It gets fed straight into these sophisticated AI models.
Models trained on huge databases, I assume.
Exactly. Trained on the Map of Life database and others. The AI can sift through all that noise and flag potential species, maybe highlighting a purple honeycreeper in a photo or matching an audio signature to a specific frog.
But AI isn't perfect, especially with potentially new species. How do they check it?
Right, that's crucial. There's a human in the loop. Real taxonomic experts access the data through a cloud dashboard. They verify the AI's suggestions or correct them. It makes the whole identification process incredibly fast.
So how fast are we talking?
Get this. Within 48 hours of a drone survey, they can generate these really detailed, high-resolution biodiversity maps for the area.
48 hours. That's astonishing. What did they find in that XPRIZE competition?
So in the Amazon finals, in just 24 hours, their drones surveyed a single square kilometer patch of rainforest.
Okay.
They recorded 225 distinct species. Think about that 5,500 individual observations. Over 4,000 photos, 26 hours of audio, 24 eDNA samples.
Wow. The human team would take months, years maybe, to get that kind of coverage.
Easily. And here's the kicker. Among those 225 species, 4 were globally threatened with extinction. Finding those quickly is vital.
Absolutely. But you mentioned the eDNA reveals undetected biodiversity. What does that mean exactly?
It means finding things traditional surveys just miss. Think about creatures in the water, nocturnal animals hiding during the day, things that are just incredibly rare or shy. The eDNA picks up their genetic traces.
So like genetic ghosts?
Pretty much. They even found genetic traces of the malaria parasite likely shed in monkey feces. It's like uncovering this whole invisible zoo just through molecular clues. It changes how we see the ecosystem, maybe giving early warnings.
So you might detect a species is present long before you actually see it.
Exactly. And the scale is huge. They've run pilots in Peru, Guyana, Brazil, genetically sequencing nearly 2,000 species. many for the very first time.
Which means new genetic markers.
Unique markers not in any existing database, which strongly suggests they're finding potentially new species, or at least species never recorded in those regions before, things they nickname like an amphibious mouse or a blob-headed fish.
Huh. Imagine seeing that pop up on the dashboard.
Right. But they also got visual confirmation of known but rarely seen charismatic creatures. Giant anteaters, those vibrant purple honey creepers. It makes the hidden forest feel much more real.
Okay, so the tech is amazing, the discoveries are incredible, but what's the real-world impact? The so what for conservation?
Well, the biggest thing is enabling continuous rapid monitoring. This isn't just a one-off snapshot. You can go back, survey again, track changes.
Which empowers people on the ground.
Exactly. Local park rangers, indigenous communities, they can use this data to safeguard their lands, their heritage, almost in real time. It's a massive boost for protecting these forests.
And does this data feed into bigger policy decisions?
Absolutely. Map of life indicators derived from this kind of work are actually being adopted by the UN. They help track progress towards global biodiversity goals, like the 30 by 30 target protecting 30% of Earth by 2030.
So finding, say, a threatened white-crested guan in a specific area?
Immediately flags that area for urgent protection efforts. It makes conservation much more targeted and efficient.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you mentioned indigenous communities. How does this help them specifically?
This addresses a really critical point: democratizing science. The goal is to make the text simplified and accessible, putting it directly into the hands of local stakeholders.
So they can do the inventories.
Yes. Communities can inventory the wildlife on their own lands. This strengthens their claims for land rights, helps them manage community reserves effectively. It shifts the power and the knowledge to where it's often needed most.
That's genuinely hopeful. It feels like we're moving towards maybe a real-time global biodiversity monitoring network.
That's the vision. It's about bridging that gap, between the super high-tech science and the practical on-the-ground conservation work.
Giving us eyes in the sky, ears on the ground, and even a way to listen to the genetic whispers of the planet. A much deeper connection.
Yeah. It offers a powerful toolset to try and save these incredible rainforests and all the life they hold, maybe before it really is too late.
So, to leave you with a thought, imagine a future where truly every patch of forest, every hidden stream, maybe every creature is mapped and monitored almost instantly.
What other wonders are still out there waiting to be discovered? What vital connections will we finally understand as we get better at decoding these DNA whispers from across the planet? Makes you think, doesn't it?